Welcome to the video. Here I'm going to do another random selection of albums from my collection. Um, it's worth stating that this particular array of records is either duplicates or albums that I don't normally dig into. So it's kind of a secondary part of the collection. But let me just pick a few albums, 8 albums. So bear with me. I'm going to take this microphone off, just in case. Drag the camera over. Right, here we go. Here we go. Let's just grab an album. There we go. Bum, bum, bum. There we go. Oh, this bigger one. Here we go. That's 3. 3, 4, 5. Whoops. 6, 7. Some regulars here. 8. Right. So there we go. Oh. Oh. There we go. Sorry about that. That's 8 albums. Let's see what we got here. See what we got. I've got no idea. So, anyway, welcome to the video. Thanks for watching again, and thanks for those of you who have made it to the very end of my Lou Reed video, which didn't realise it was going to take so long, but there I go, talking about the album New York, which, of course, if you haven't watched that one, or more importantly, listen to the album, then I suggest that you do so, especially if you're a Lou Reed fan, of course. Right, so what have we got today? The first album is Black Rose by John David Souther. Connection with the Eagles, of course. This album, I can't remember anything about it. It's probably West Coast, Laurel Canyon type stuff. Jackson Browne, the Eagles, Linda Ronstadt. You kind of get the drift. Country rock type thing. Judy Zook, Ritmo. Again, interesting cover. Dual cover. This one was bought for £1 in a second-hand shop. Sorry, Judy Zook fans, haven't listened to it. Did listen to some earlier stuff. Here we go. Now this is a fabulous album. Have I talked about this one before? Who knows? Joni Mitchell, The Hissing of Summer Lawns. I really love this album. Now Joni Mitchell, for me, I'd like to be able to do a whole discussion about what I consider to be her best albums, but I haven't got around to that one yet. And to be fair, I kind of think I kind of judge Joni Mitchell is maybe 3 major periods. There's the early period where it's kind of folk rock style, singer-songwriter, mostly acoustic, guitar. What was that name? Is it Dulcimer? She played on Ladies of the Canyon and Blue and so on. And then we moved into Court and Spark, Hissing of Summer Lawns, Jaira, Shadows and Light, Mingus. The second period, which was where she started to integrate jazz into her music, really, really interesting. And then the final period, which there's a period in the 80s where it was more rocky. She had doing duets with people like Billy Idol, Peter Gabriel, of course, is in there as well. It's kind of more of an 80s sheen on those albums. And then the last 30 years where the albums have been coming rather more slowly and more sedate, often a bit of a retread in the use of orchestra and so on and so forth. But Hissing of Summer Lawns, absolutely fantastic album. In France, they Kiss on Main Street, absolutely amazing. track, almost defines Joni Mitchell. Edith and the Kingpin, Don't Rip the Sorrow. What I really like on this, of course, I think I may have mentioned this before, is the title track Shadows and Light, which is almost a cappella, but with this keyboard wash in the background. Very, very atmospheric, and it was brilliant live as well on the Shadows and Light live album and DVD. It's worth getting a hold of if you can. Anyway, Joni Mitchell, fantastic album, fantastic artist. This one from the 1980s, Classics Nouveau, Night People. One of these albums that I bought on the back of probably a sale item. I don't think I've had this album for about 35 years, and I don't think I've listened to it. So there you go. There goes another one. This is a really bad selection here. So what have we got here? We got Sammy Davis Jr. Some of his stuff is good. You know, it's the Rat Pack style. You know, I love Frank Sinatra's music, particularly when he set up his own Reprise Records. Everything on that label. So not the swinging stuff from the late 40s and 50s. I prefer his stuff in the 60s. September of My Years is a particular favourite. And, you know, as I go through second-hand record shops every now and again, I'll buy other albums of similar kind of vintage, and Sammy Davis Jr. is one of them. Never listened to it. Oh, here's an album. My first Rush album, All the World's a Stage. Heard quite a bit about Rush. I heard 2112, probably on the Alan Freeman Rock Show on Saturday afternoon in the UK. And I thought, well, Rush is definitely worth getting. And of course, at the time, double albums or live albums seemed to be better value for money for those of us who are a bit cash strapped. So I ended up buying this one. It's great. It's very much early Rush, although it does include 2112. It's one of the things I don't like about it is Geddy Lee's vocals, and I know people. You know, it's a bit of a trope, really. He sings too high pitched. He sings he's overstretched on this album. As he got more mature and his vocals became a little bit deeper, he became a better singer. But you know, you don't go to Rush for the vocals, really. But yeah, good album. That definitely would not start here. But still, no complaints there, apart from what I've said. And 2 albums to go. This one, Mike Oldfield Boxed. This came out in around about 1977, I think it was. And it's basically a box set of his first 3 albums with an extra album thrown in of bits and pieces. So you've got Tubular Bells, you've got Hergus Ridge, and you've got Omadone. They were remixed for this box set. The albums themselves are all great, but there was something about this box set and the remix where the dynamism was kind of softened a little bit, and it wasn't as I use this word quite a bit. It just kind of wasn't as punchy as the original mixes, but it's kind of more of a pleasant listen, less dissonant listen. But yeah, 3 great albums in their own ways. Definitely worth picking up. The extra disc in here, which is got some of his singles and B-sides and maybe a bit of film music as well. I can't recall, but anyway, I might talk about that on a different occasion. Finally, and in this random selection, I've talked about this album before. I've talked about this band before. This is Trick of the Tail, Genesis. I remember this album. Bought it on the day of its release. I think this might be my original copy. I've got about 4 copies. Absolutely brilliant album. Defied all expectations. Nice inner with all the lyrics. Defied all expectations after Peter Gabriel left the band. It was absolutely amazing. Also, you know, it's got some absolutely classics on here. Dance on a Volcano. Robbery, Assault and Battery, Los Endos, Ripples is beautiful. Entangled is fantastic as well. Madman Moon, which name checks my hometown, Newcastle. Yeah, absolutely fantastic album. Love it. Saw them on that tour in Glasgow, at the Glasgow Apollo in July 1976. Possibly my favourite gig of all time. Just stunning, just stunning. So yeah, so Genesis Trick of the Tail, very recommended. But as I say, I've already done a rundown of Genesis albums, and that features rather highly in that list, although not their best album. Anyway, that's another random selection. Hope that was useful, and I'll do another one shortly. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.